3.
Welcome back to the None Shelves. I'm Michelle.
I'm Rachel.
So, before we get into the podcast book, what have you read besides the podcast book this week?
So, today I finished 2 books. One of them was the podcast book.
Okay, fair enough.
The other one was The Fellowship of the Ring.
That's a 1,000-page one, right?
No.
No?
This one was not 1,000 pages. I want to say it was like 3.
Which one is it in the series?
The first one.
Is it the first one? Okay.
Yeah.
Show my ignorance there.
It's 408 pages.
Oh, okay. Still an accomplishment. Okay, cool. So, I've read some books. They're not going to be as profound as yours, because they're mostly smut.
Well, I read one of those too, but I think we've already talked about it, because I think you read it.
What?
The legendary role play, The
Oh.
Sentient Whipped Cream Can.
Yeah, what do you think about it?
It was different.
Yeah. Not saying it was bad, it's just, yeah.
Not what I expected.
Read it, and that's it. That's all my notes. No, so I read a lot of, actually they're all smutty books, but they're not all Megaverse. So I stepped out of my comfort zone a little bit, okay?
Anything as weird as a Sentient Whipped Cream Can?
No! I mean, the title for this one is just letters, and it, because, most like romance, it's like the title, and then it's like harem romance, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
So it was this. It was just like a, what? It's
STFUATTL
DL
DLAGG.
Have you read it?
No.
Oh. It's about masked men, by the way. You're interested in that? It was actually pretty good. I actually read 2 by the same author, Amaya J. She wrote that, and she also wrote Knotted by the Incubus?
Incubus.
Yeah. That was kind of more of a Megaverse kind of plot. But that's the only one. The rest were, why choose? Let's be real. Because that's the fun part. Why choose, really?
Stuff that was on your Kindle.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, something that's not, takes a lot of thought process. That's kind of where I was at with it.
Well, I just finished the first Lord of the Rings book, so my processing is like,
Fantasy.
So-
Sci-fi.
yeah.
Okay. I'm ready to get into it if you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the book we read was Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman.
Yes. And so far there's like 7 books to the series, I think.
Yes.
I think there's 7. I think there's 8 coming out or 7 coming out. There's at least 7 total somehow. So there's that. Okay, do you want to just get into it? Do you have a super short? Because I do.
I do not.
Okay. It's a super short summary, so we're trying to do a little bit more of, not really talk a lot about the plot, but what we really liked about the book, what was really good, so.
More
hopefully you guys-
discussion, less summary analysis.
Yes. So if you guys like it, let us know. We're trying it out for a couple episodes, and we can always refer it back, but we're trying something different. So I got as a super short summary, of course there's a lot more that happens, but I have Dungeon Crawler Carl follows Carl and his cat Donut, Princess Donut, who are forced into a deadly rigged dungeon game after Earth collapse, fighting monsters, cruel game mechanics, and other humans while becoming unlikely fan favorites in a brutal intergalactic reality show. Oh, that was pretty damn on point. So there's that.
So, do you want to talk about Carl and Donut?
So, would you agree with me that it's mostly first person POV? Because it's mostly just him.
I think you only get his
Okay.
POV.
Yes. So, so you want to get into the 2 main characters and then kind of go from there?
Yes.
What we liked about the book? Okay. So we got Carl, who is crawler number 4122. Not that it really matters, I just find it cool. And then we also have Princess Donut, who is crawler number, I don't know how she got it before him.
Yeah, because she took a potion to get...
Yeah, so,
Whatever.
anyways, she's 4,119. Oh, so off by 2 or somewhere in there. So you follow them, and there actually was in Seattle when it happened, and so anyone that was inside of something just got collapsed, and the rest were like, "You want to go into the dungeon?"
Yeah.
So they were together. So the cat is a Persian like show. I want to say show cat.
Yeah.
Is there a word for that? I know there's show dogs, but show cats.
Yeah.
And it's actually his ex-girlfriend. She was apparently cheating on him.
Multiple times with multiple people.
Yes. So he was just like, yeah, no drama, bye, see you later. So this cat is a very expensive cat. If you don't know anything about show animals, they're very expensive breeds because they're bred to be specifically show animals.
I think Persian cats are the ones that have trouble breathing because their faces
yeah,
are
their
so
face is flat as heck. They're kind of cute to look at, but owning it, I don't know if I want to. So yeah, so that's Carl and Princess Donut.
So how do you feel about their dynamic and their personalities together?
In the beginning, I was like, oh god, I'm gonna hate this dang cat. I for real was like, just because it's a cat, so cats do what cats do and do their own thing.
Yeah.
They don't like to listen at all. So I was like, oh god, this is gonna be, I'm not gonna like this cat.
This is a better cat than the cat from Sabriel.
You just had a jab in that, didn't you?
She doesn't try to kill him intentionally.
That's true. Intentionally is the key word here.
Unintentionally, maybe.
Yes. But luckily, about 14-ish% in, the cat gets like a potion that makes it sentient. More sentient?
Can talk.
Can talk.
Yes.
Yes. So as you like enter the dungeon, any kind of stats that you have in real life, so like if you're a bodybuilder, your strength is obviously higher. Same for like computer skills and stuff like that, your intelligence. Carl's kind of just mid on everything besides strength's pretty good comparatively to where a lot of people start. And Princess Donut has a really high intelligence, which is weird.
Which also came from the potion.
Yes. She already had some, but yes, she had kind of a little bit higher stats than Carl, and he was kind of pissed about it. But yes, so she is really good at intelligent and charms. So she can, like, charm people a lot.
Yes.
Which, in a dungeon, is a pretty good skill to have.
Kind of. Because if they're enemies, they're still gonna attack you.
But there's some, like, NPCs that not necessarily are for fighting, but still can be, like, red dotted, which means they're your enemies, but you can turn some of them into white dots, which are just, hey, you're cool, I'm not gonna mess with you, but if we beef, I got, it turns red again. So
I think they all can turn white. You just gotta figure out the trick.
Yes. I think so. I think that's accurate.
Except for maybe the ball of pigs.
It may be just like the neighborhood bosses that aren't necessarily, they're more of like neighborhood bosses. So it's not the boss of the level. It's more of like, it's a mini boss. Like in this little quarter of the map or whatever, it's the boss of that little map. So I don't think those can be.
I don't think so.
I would be surprised, but also I wouldn't be shocked at anything that happens. It's kind of one of those, the rules are meant to be bent until they fix the bugs. Until they're like, hey, we didn't want you to do that. That's not what this was for. So, we patched it. But that only happens at, I don't know, like every night or something. There's like they like do a recap of the day. So I think it's like every night. Like they're like, hey, we fixed this bug. So this what you were trying to do to export it, it's no longer.
The toilets no longer explode.
Yeah, the toilets that were meant to be in there, you know. And you can't take the toilet paper. Which that was a weird... Who's taking all the toilet paper? So they were having an issue of toilet paper running out. So now it's only one roll per bathroom per level.
But there's like a billion bathrooms.
Yes. People really need toilet paper. I don't know. It's like COVID all over again.
I mean, Carl was just stealing everything.
I mean, that's true. So... And actually, that was one of my talking points, so let's get into this. So, anyone that knows me in real life, Fallout is one of my favorite games, and it is one where you only can carry so much junk. And the junk is more like supplies used to fix stuff. So I'm always over encumbered, which means I always am walking really slow because I can't let everything go. So in this, I kind of liked that was interesting where his inventory was just
endless.
Yes.
Along with his skill list.
Yes. Everything has a skill, no matter if it's useful or not. Like knowing how to walk, that's a skill. I don't know how you level that up, but
walking more, I guess.
I know. It wasn't, you know, who knows. But yeah. I thought that was kind of interesting, just because but he had to be able to pick it up for like 4 seconds or something before he could put it in his inventory.
Yeah, exactly. But Princess Donut can just like mine it into her inventory.
He's like kind of crappy about how she can do things that he can't. But since she's how did they describe it? She's like a pet companion,
yeah,
but not really. Like she's a crawler too, so it just I don't know.
She's only a crawler because she took the potion.
Yes.
If not, he would have just been stuck with her.
Which for this scenario, I'm glad that she talks. Because like going through the first part of he was like, Donut, come here, dang it, Donut, come on. Like I would have been like, I no.
We're leaving this cat.
We're just no. Yes, I would leave the cat. I'm sorry. Love my cats, but God, they don't listen to save my life. And they would get me killed. Yeah.
To be fair, I think Cooper would get me killed too, because
he wants to sniff everyone.
That, and he will just like, especially around other dogs, like certain ones he's just gonna go after.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd get you killed.
Yeah.
But, so I'm kind of glad that it did make that kind of turn. It'd be like, I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna like this cat at all. But, you know how we feel about companions.
Especially ones that can talk to
Yes.
them.
Yes. So we love a good companion. So.
As long as they don't try to kill you.
Yes.
Gabriel.
Well, Donut didn't intentionally try, but...
It wasn't intentional. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't going into...
Yeah, no. I did kind of like her powers. She just shoots, like, beams of light out of her eyes. She has a more, like, magic skill-based. I think, obviously, Carl does it.
No. I don't know if he'll get it, either.
I'm gonna guess not, because
He's more brute strength.
Yes. It was kind of interesting because one of the gifts that Carl gets,
It's not pants or shoes.
it's pants or shoes, but that's beside the point. That's before this. He gets it's called Carl's pedicure kit, because the AI from the corporation that invented the reality TV show is really into feet for some reason. Like, really has a foot fetish. Because in the beginning of the book, he enters the dungeon with, like, his ex-girlfriend's Crocs that he's wearing, which don't really fit him. Which, granted, he didn't know he was going to be in a dungeon, so he just has boxers, a leather jacket, and pink Crocs that don't fit him.
Go out in boxers in the freezing cold.
Yes. Because of Donut.
Because of Donut. Hopped out the window. She's like, I'm out. Bye.
It's like she knew what was coming. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
They didn't say that in the book, but I'm waiting for that
Well,
reveal.
one of the characters definitely knew something.
Agatha.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy Agatha. So I kind of didn't want to mention Dungeon Crawler is actually a terminology used. So that's why it's called Dungeon Crawler Carl. So it's basically a genre of RPG games, which role-playing games, focusing on like exploring or navigating, surviving like labyrinth-like-esque things. So I thought that was kind of interesting. That, of course, my husband taught me that. And I had to look it up to verify, you know. But yeah, it's been in terms since the 80s, which I thought was pretty interesting because I didn't really know it was an actual terminology. I just thought it was a fun book thing. So I thought that was kind of cool. So like examples of the games are like Diablo or Binding of the Isaac are really good ones that the labyrinth always changes.
Yeah.
So,
but it can also be tabletop too.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons is
It's a really good example. Yeah, I meant more video games, but yeah, no, it's true. So I thought that was kind of interesting. The book also does a lot of like pop culture references because the corporation that took over Earth, that's stripping all of its necessities basically, spends years trying to understand the planet, because this is not the first time it's happened, planet like Earth, so they infiltrate years before to try to get like pop culture references and to try to make it a little bit more tailored to the species that lives on the planet.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where AI comes into play as well. So AI takes a lot of that information and does its own thing with it.
Like AI does.
Yes. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Some of the references I got, of course some I didn't, but I mean, that's pop culture for you.
Yeah. I got a good amount of them because I'm nerdy enough, but I'm not video game nerdy.
No. Okay. It's fine. I'm the video game person. It's fine. But yes, I did kind of enjoy that. It's always nice when you have that little like reference that it does feel like it still ties you to reality in some way, which I think is what he was trying for, but I kind of like it. Let's see here. What other... Let's see here. I was trying to think. So like... What did you think about the enemies themselves?
So, I think the enemies were creative enough.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it got a little repetitive.
Yeah.
Because he like, well, here's some goblins. Okay, I know what a goblin is.
Yeah.
We're gonna take out the goblins. Mad Max style goblins.
Yes.
And then it goes to, oh, here's a llama that you have to defeat. And then, like, it just kept, like...
being ridiculous, like...
repetitive. Like, you just go, like, okay, I'm in a safe zone, and then when I go out, I'm gonna have to figure out how to battle this person. Which I think is more of, like, the video game aspect of it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can kind of see what you're talking about, but usually in video games, like, the couple first levels it is the same enemies, where you're trying to A, level up, and B, you're trying to figure out this new lifestyle now, basically.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see, the goblins were a little much, and then they became friendly goblins from the tattoos and stuff. It was kind of like a reward for them doing something.
They've got so many achievements.
I know.
You lose track.
Yes. And some of the achievements are kind of funny, and just like, you did this, good job.
You get nothing.
Reward is, you survived. Like, I thought those were really fun, but I kind of, I felt like the enemies were just kind of like repurposed, and that took a spin on, like, basically saying that they can use people however they want to.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you remember the Spanish lady? Garbage lady.
The hoarder.
Yes.
Yes.
The hoarder. Did you happen to translate the Spanish?
No.
Don't. It's so sad. Like, you can tell it was a human just plucked, and she was saying, like, I don't understand what's going on. Please just kill me. Like, it was, like, really sad. It was just like oh god. Like, she was just like, I don't know. What did I do? What is going on? Like, it was just like, because, of course, Skylar told me don't translate it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well,
I have to translate it now. I wish I didn't. It was, like, really sad. I was just like, oh. It was just someone that didn't understand what was going on. They were confused. So I thought that was, like, it shows the level of evilness of the corporation itself.
Yeah. Well, you can kind of see that with, like, all of the bosses, besides the ball of pigs.
Yes. I just thought it was, like, I guess it just shows, like, corporations that are powerful just do whatever they want. I felt like it was kind of like a play on that.
For sure. 1000%. Do whatever.
Do whatever. Yeah, that's kind of what I had. The ethical implications of sadistic entertainment. Which is pretty accurate with this. Just because I felt like they snatched, like, real people from... And it's not even, like, our world in general. Like, the Hoarder Lady was just a Spanish lady got from Bitter Soul. But, like, some of the other ones that, like, are monstrous came either from a different world and they just plucked in.
Put them back in there, yeah.
Like, I just thought that was just, like, dang.
Or our, like, tutorial guild guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mordecai.
Just there because he had to make a deal or he was gonna die.
Yes. So, and this is what's crazy to me, because no one dungeon is the same. So depending on the world, depending, on a lot of different factors, it's not going to be the same one twice. And they do that for entertainment reasons as well. Like, people don't want to grow stale and all that stuff. But I did find it interesting that there are 18 levels of the dungeon. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So they only let you change your class when you get to level 3. Okay, and that's kind of where this book stopped, going into level 3 and then picking their, like, classes, or if they want to transmigrate into something else kind of thing. You can pick if you want to, don't know what to say, cat, or be a dog, or something. So
the Velociraptor.
Yeah, who knows. So I thought it was interesting that the highest one that anyone ever got to was technically level 13. And I say only technically because they didn't even get into level 13. They beat level 12, and then they got kind of like, hey, do you want to continue, or you can do this instead? And of course, the person I'm referring to is one of the hosts of the the host shows.
Yeah.
Odette, I think is her name. And she's the only one that made it to that high of a level, which is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, and she lost her legs.
Yes. Don't look at art for it. Don't do it. It's like her torso's living in, like, this UFO kind of thing. It's kind of interesting, kind of weird looking. But, so I just thought that was kind of interesting, where you have 18 levels, but no one's ever gone that far.
Well, it's kind of like those video games that are so hard that most people don't beat them.
Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Here. Yes.
So it can be beaten.
Yes, it can.
But it's very difficult. Or it's like the video games where you have to start at the very beginning if you die.
Yeah. There's been some of those where I'm like, yes.
You just rage quit.
Sometimes you just got to, then you have to come back to it. But yeah. But I just thought that was kind of interesting. Like, no matter, you would think they wouldn't be that difficult, because it is entertainment. So does it just get stale and they just kind of cut off? You know what I mean? Like, do they just make it harder intentionally? Because you kind of see some of that in the book. Where, especially with, like, the elemental. So Carl is, like, not even level 10 at this point. And one of the other players, and then this is from, like, the old people home. I know there's a name for him. I think
I didn't write it down.
the Meadow Lark Party, which was people living at a nursing home, and they evacuated due to a fire. And some of the people that were working there decided to help save the elderly when they're in this dungeon. So that group is trying to keep, God love their souls, all the elderly people that need a lot of help still to make it through that, so they still live. Very noble cause. And that kind of gets into more of a fact, like, what would you do in that situation? Like, would you just fend for yourself? Would you try to stay and help them? Like,
see, that's a hard situation because you are also to the point where you might die.
Yes.
So you're like, okay, well, I want to help these people.
Yeah.
But I also might die.
Yes. So they, so one of the elderly gentlemen, since, it's televised, no one wants to watch people use the restroom in the hallway because that's the only thing that's not recorded, the bathrooms. And so he has dementia, I assume, and he decides to pee on the wall. And this elemental comes out as like a punitive damage, kind of like, hey, you did something we told you not to do. And kills him, kills one of the workers, and he's like, the elemental is like level 93.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're not supposed to survive. But, like, he killed the person that did the deed or whatever, and then now he has to kill more people to be satisfied? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, that didn't make sense to me. You would think if it's punitive damages, like, hey, you broke a rule, and you killed the person that broke the rule, wouldn't you just disappear? Like, what was the point of that?
I think it was more just, one, for entertainment, because if you get a huge boss in there, you're like, oh, how are they going to figure this out? Most of them are going to die.
Right. I think that's what the goal was.
Yeah.
I think they wanted all of the elderly people, because they made a rule specifically after the level 1 where some of them just stayed in a safe zone. What's the point of moving forward? So once you stay on the floor after like the floor counts down, it's only, around for so long until it like collapses and then goes into the next one. They just decided to stay there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like 70, 80 years old. Why wouldn't I?
Why am I going to fight
like,
monsters?
So now, those disappear like an hour before each level ends, which is kind of crappy. But also, I kind of understand, especially if it's entertainment purposes, yeah, that is kind of boring.
Yeah.
But also, like, they were partying and having it up. Like, isn't that entertaining to watch, too?
Yeah, I think they just want them more to go through the levels.
Yeah.
Because you can sit in the same spot and just pick off, like, bugs or whatever.
Gross-ass bugs. But
that's not entertaining.
No, you're right. But you can kind of see some of that where the game or the game masters or whoever's controlling it, I mean, we assume it's the Boreac Corporation, but obviously who is running it, we don't really know for sure. But I just thought that was just like, no matter what, they're going to try to screw you over. And they really want you to fight each other because that's entertainment. Yeah. So they try to pit Donut and Carl against each other. And they do that again with Carl's party. I'm just going to call it Carl's party. With the Meadows Lark Party. As to like, oh, well, if you saved yourself, you wouldn't have to fight the elemental. You know what I mean? So it was just like...
But at the end of the day, they were all stuck in that safe room with the elemental trying to get in.
Yeah.
So... is Carl going to... how is he going to get out? Yeah. Is the ultimate thing. Like, even if he does ditch that party, how is he going to get out?
That's true, yeah.
I mean, he came up with a plan eventually because he's good with bombs. And Molotov cocktails.
Yeah. I just felt like a lot of the partnership and, like, the loyalty under kind of just rest, like... They're trying to pit each other against each other, especially the crawlers themselves. Mm-hmm. So each crawler, like, once they beat a major boss, gets, like, a star beside their name. And the crawlers that kill people, which in RPGs, that's pretty popular to be a killer player, you know, you get like little skulls.
Yeah.
And so Carl's like, well, I ain't doing that. I'm not gonna be a crawler killer. Because he still has like some like.
Well, he sees people as humans
Yeah.
ultimately.
Yeah. A lot of them don't.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Because at the end of I think with the series, it's kind of like the Hunger Games, where there's just going to be like one person or one party at the end of it.
Yeah.
Is what their ultimate goal is.
Yeah. But we don't know if this can only be one ruler. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. And if it's a party, you would think the party would win. But I don't know that yet. Obviously, that's a little too further into it.
They keep dwindling it down and the levels keep getting smaller.
Yes.
Obviously, people are going to die from monsters, but there's other factors.
Yes. Like not having healing items, stuff like that, which is technically still killed by a monster. But there's like traps and a lot of venom.
Yeah.
So I kind of liked but didn't like. So in the safe rooms, there's like this population ticker, whatever you want to call it, where it counts how many crawlers are still alive in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that it's there because there's like, they start out with what? 10, 15 million?
Something like that,
and then like before everyone gets to level 2, it's down to like 10 million or something like that. So you can kind of see like the constant state of like death. Like you're always like vigilant, even if you're in a safe room. You're like, oh, you can see the numbers tick. So it's just like always that like, am I gonna live or not kind of feel.
It also gives you like, okay, I can be, especially with the popularity thing, like I need to be entertaining, but I don't want to put myself in so much danger where I die.
Right. Because kind of like the Hunger Games, if you get sponsors or people really like you, they can like follow you and like basically know where you are at the entire time.
Yeah.
And then of course if you get big sponsorships, you get like loot boxes, which is kind of
stuff.
You need stuff in a dungeon, okay? Because they haven't hit, I think it's level 4. You have like shops and stuff you can buy from, but right now you can't.
I believe level 4 is where they get their own like personal space where they can buy.
Yes, and then you can buy like a tinkering kind of like, I call it something else, but it's a tinkering station basically, where you can use all the materials you've gotten and then make stuff.
But Carl's already got like 12 tables.
Yes.
He's like,
to pick up everything.
Let's just take this.
I thought that was pretty interesting that he's just like taking everything, but those tables did save his life.
I mean, yeah.
So, I mean,
I'm gonna pick up this filing cabinet and put the whole thing in my inventory.
Yes.
They would talk about a hoarder.
That would be me, though. I would literally pick up. I just wouldn't be able to be strong enough to pick up everything. But yes, I kind of did like the first when he first met Odette. Or Odette?
Odette.
Okay, Odette. And she's like, say the catchphrase, and she's like, huh? What catchphrase? And so she like shows like 15 clips of him saying the catchphrase, and she's like, you got it now? And I was like, that is hilarious that his catchphrase is, goddamn a donut.
Because she gets him into things, and then she'll say stuff.
And she likes to, she is a show cat through and through. She likes to be on camera. So she's like, Carl, we need to get on this, we need to get it. Being more entertaining. It's just like, dang girl, like calm down.
My followers haven't went up, Carl.
I thought that was hilarious. It's kind of a nice, like, little, like, like, it just shows her personality as a show cat. Like,
I loved when they went and got the pet box, and she goes, I want this one. This is the one. This. And he's like, dang, okay. It's not the worm.
At least it wasn't the worm, see? And it describes it as a, like, dinosaur chicken. Which I find hilarious. And they named him, what was his name?
Mungo.
Mungo, yep. It's technically a raptor in our human human brain. It's a kind of like a raptor.
Well, it is a raptor because through science, they have discovered that
Jurassic Park.
Is
that what you're going with?
Dinosaurs are less like lizards and more like birds.
Yes.
They have more feathers.
Yes. Yeah. Look at you. I didn't make that connection. I hate you sometimes. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't have video game knowledge, but I have random knowledge about dinosaurs.
Hey, it's okay. It is A-okay. Let's see here. What else? So I will get into something because I don't know if you did or not. So I only know this because my lovely husband, he read the physical book. Did you read the Kindle version?
I read the audiobook.
Okay.
Because I was... It's quarter in, so audiobooks work better.
No, you're totally fine. Did it cover the bonus material?
No.
Okay. So the Kindle did not have this. So in the back, and I only know this because Skylar. So there's content bonus material, bonus material, in the back of the book. Okay. And it's going to give you a different POV. Do you remember Roy?
No.
Okay. So it's backstage at the Pineapple Cabaret. So does the pineapple give you a hint of who Roy is?
No, I'm still...
Okay. So, in their travels, right after they killed goblins and then kind of went away from goblins, they got a tattoo that makes all goblins friendly to you. So they come across one a little bit later in the book. And this goblin doesn't have a name. And she has, like, face full of face piercings.
Okay, I know who it is now.
Okay. Princess Donut named her Roy. And it is actually Roy's chapter into what happened after Carl and Donut left. So I thought that was kind of interesting, but it's only in the physical book. So...
Good to buy physical.
Buy physical. Yes, 100%. But I'm also kind of mad if Skylar didn't know that, and we both read it, like, digitally. We wouldn't... Like, it wasn't really important to the story. It was just kind of a nice, like, what happens to the NPCs after... Because
they join a pyramid scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not a pyramid.
It's not. No, it's not. It is a dungeon.
But Donut wanted to join too.
Yes. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of interesting because it kind of goes into right after Carl killed a whole bunch of goblin babies that he felt kind of horrible about. I would too, honestly. Yeah. Like, they didn't do anything wrong. But I guess apparently in the boss room, the boss had all of the kids, all the pregnant, like, everyone in there that wasn't able to fight. And Donut and Carl decided to just blow it up because they didn't know that there would be babies in there. And as they, like, throw the bomb in, Donut, of course, is a cat, can see into the dark, and he's like, was he in there? Was the boss in there? And Donut's like, yeah, the boss was in there along with the babies. And he's like, babies? And that's where the chapter ends. And I was like, did he just kill a bunch of babies? Not know it? Shocker, yeah. He did. Sad. But also...
goblin babies.
Yeah, like, I feel bad for them, but also, like, I feel bad for them because they don't know. It is literally, like, they have been programmed to do this.
Yeah.
So it's like, So it kind of goes into Roy. They killed all the llamas because they thought they killed all their babies. And of course, the llamas had the meth and the weed and everything.
The llamas have the meth.
Yes. So they go and kind of take all that because they like, the goblins apparently like doing drugs. Whatever. And it kind of goes into more of Damien, who is technically the goblin's boss, who is kind of human, but we really don't know anything besides that. And it kind of goes into a little bit more about Roy finds out that Carl was the one that killed all the babies. And she's like, But they wouldn't do that. Princess Donut would be nice. So she's just like trying to fight it, but she's like, I want revenge. And so the AI is like, welcome to the backstage. And then it kind of goes into, it will show you more into the second book. So I assume in the second book there is either a bonus chapter as well, or
you get more POVs.
Yes, which I don't know which.
Which I feel like would help with the repetitiveness, because if you get like, oh, this is what this mob is doing at this time before or after Carl comes through.
Yeah, I think that's where the recap show comes in. But yes, I would be interested in a little bit more or different POVs. And who knows, that could be later. I don't know. But I just thought that was kind of interesting that, because I know there's been another book that we've read where the bonus content was only in the physical book.
It was probably Birthday Girl.
Yes.
I know had one. I believe the Madison Kate one.
Yes, I was going to say, I think,
there too.
Yep. Which you can get online through their website. But if you're reading it digitally, I feel like, especially with some of the art anymore, like the Kindle version just kind of like skips over it, or just doesn't have it in there at all, which kind of upsets me a little bit.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, for me, and I think for you too, it's easier to have the Kindle version and the physical version. So more than likely we're probably going to read on the Kindle because we're on the go.
Yeah. Yeah. And if I'm going to read a physical book, I'm going to be home, because there ain't no way I'm taking that shit out.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't want it to get damaged. I like my books. And I don't really like them being damaged in any way. And it's just a struggle. Especially, if you're really, a special edition book that could go up to $100 or more. I am definitely treating that baby like it is made out of gold.
Yeah, it's not leaving the house.
It is not. Unless I pack it up really nice. But it's just kind of stuff like that. I thought that was kind of interesting that I didn't have in the Kindle version. I thought that was kind of interesting. Just because all of them are on Kindle now.
Yeah.
So it just kind of threw me for a loop that it had bonus content, but not in the Kindle one.
I wonder if this Ace is because I know in the ones that we mentioned, it's both been Bloom that's been the publisher.
Oh, so you think it's maybe just publisher related?
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know. I'd be interested to see, because I've not heard of Ace before, now at least. But
and it might be a smaller publisher and a bigger,
Oh, yeah. Okay. Because Bloom's a pretty big publisher.
Yeah.
So
But I think they have a parent company too. So they have
I gotcha.
They specialize in romance, and then there's other divisions.
Gotcha. That's all I had. Unless you have something else to talk about.
So, how funny did you find this book? Because every time I see something about this book, it's always like, oh, this is a funny book.
I think there's funny parts to it, but it has a very serious undertone to it. I think the funny, hey, you unlocked achievement, but you don't get shit for it. I think that's kind of funny.
I feel like it was, Deadpool humor.
Yes. Yeah, I could definitely feel that a lot. And I feel like Carl is almost like an anti-hero, even though he's not evil.
Yeah.
Or I guess you can consider him evil because of the babies, but you know what I mean?
It's a toss-up.
It's a toss-up. It's more gray area here. But yes, I felt like it was going to be a little bit more comedy, but there were funny parts to it.
Yeah.
But I feel like the plot is more serious, so I feel like with that, I wouldn't consider it a comedy, even though there are funny parts to it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about it.
I felt it was very Deadpool-y, so if you like Deadpool...
Yes. Yes.
Also, if you like video games, this is a good one as well.
Yes. I kind of like, towards the end, that Donut gets her own companion. Which is kind of cute. And it is small, but obviously it gets bigger, so I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I understand it, the concept, but like...
You like small companions.
Yes, like, if it's gonna be a companion to a companion, like, it needs to be size or like... I don't know. But it does seem like he's gonna be a nice kind of trio.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be interesting. Because it took forever for them to, like... I guess...
Find him?
Well, not find him. Well, yeah, it took, like... It was, like, 85% in. They found the other companion, but it was more of, like, them trying to tame... like, it keeps biting Donut, which I think is hilarious. Biting her nose? And I'm not sure how that works, because she just... Her nose is, like, flat. I need pictures. I need references.
Well, my problem is that this is such a big book now that I already knew about Mongo going in. So it's like, okay.
Yes.
Well, where is the Velociraptor?
Yes. A lot of the merch had the Velociraptor in it because it was from the old style of, like, his independent published books had a really different cover. I prefer that cover. I will never own that cover because it's expensive now. But they are getting a special edition of this book later this year. FYI. Anyways.
Which
I'm gonna
irritates
buy.
me too because...
I'm gonna buy it, let's be real. And of course Skylar was like, you're not pre-ordering it until you read the dang thing. And I'm like...
Just come out with a special edition. When you...
At the get-go.
Yes.
I don't think... Like, because this book has been published for... I don't know. I didn't look at the year. But he has written all these books already. Like, he independently published them. And then they got picked up by a bigger publisher brand. So that's why they all kind of came out all at once. And they finally just released the paperback version of the first book. So I think people really liked it, first of all. And then it got traction, like, hey, we got picked up. Here they are, and then everyone started reading them because they're widely available now.
Yeah.
Because the other ones, I can't even find one under $100, to be honest with you. And that's just the first book. That's not all of them. So I think that's kind of what happened, where it's like it really got really popular, and then it's just everywhere. I see it everywhere.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying about the Velociraptor, because as I was doing the scrapbooking page, because I hadn't finished the book yet, I used some of the actual material from the original book, like the art style. And I'm like, who are you? Like, you're... And it looked like a fucking chicken, you know what I mean? So I was like, what is you Velociraptor looking chicken? Like, what? Who are you? And then once I...
Yeah, but he's small at the end of it. Like, the things that I've seen... It's Donut writing him.
Yes.
So I'm like...
And I assume that's in book 2. Or 3. Or... I would have to assume at least book 2.
I just hate that when it comes to, like, a popularity of a book.
Yes.
Because it'll spoil, like, little things. And it's not that important.
Yeah. As I say, it's not a major, like, plot. Well, I can't say that because I don't know.
Yeah.
But yes, I understand what you're talking about. Because I didn't really notice her having the crown on the book that's out now.
Yes.
Because it's, like, so tiny. But on the other one, I saw the crown, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then she got the crown.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Like, I understand that to a point. Like, you always want something that on the cover to tie to the book somehow. But you also don't want to give it away like a movie trailer.
Yes.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I do kind of like... I want to geek out a little bit. So I kind of liked... So, since I bought all the hardback books because I have no self-control. So on the spine...
There's a little skull.
There's a little skull. We have the white skull is what book it is. So the second book has the 3 still on it, but only the 2 are whited out. Mm-hmm. And they do that for the whole series. I just find it so cool. Because I was like, which one's the first one? And then I was looking, because I was trying to put them in order. I'm like, durr. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Now that I know what it is for. Because didn't know going in what the symbols meant.
See, I like that factor of it because you're not like, oh, I'm going to pick up this book and it's the 5th one in the series.
Yes. There always has to be some kind of, like put it on there somewhere, please. Thank you.
Tell me it's this part of a series.
Yes. Oh my god, I don't know how many books I picked up. Oh man, that sounds really interesting. And it's like the 5th. It's like, okay, put it back. And of course, they never have the first book. You know what I mean?
The struggles.
The struggles. Yes, the struggles. Okay. Anything else you want to talk about, Carl, about?
I don't think so.
Okay. You want to get into ratings then?
Yeah.
Okay. I gave it a 5-star.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. I really kind of liked the tie-in for video games, the dungeon. It just felt very different from a lot of stuff that we read, or at least stuff that I read recently. Mm-hmm. I had a good time with it.
So I gave it a 3.5.
Okay.
It was enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
It got a little repetitive for me.
I gotcha.
So it's like, okay, well, you're just gonna go boss, safe house, horde, safe house.
Yeah. But that
achievements.
Yes. No, I get it. It can be a little bit repetitive, especially if you're watching like an anime based in a dungeon. Same thing.
Yeah.
Where you fight people and you go into safe houses and then rinse and repeat. I get it.
I also don't know how you would do a book like this where it didn't get repetitive because it's a dungeon crawl.
Yes.
So you're going to have enemies that you fight and then you're going to run away or be safe and then...
Yeah. No, I get it. I understand. I get it. I assume there's going to be a lot of changes to the other books, but I don't know. Like, it's not going to be as repetitive moving forward. But
possibly.
I don't know that for sure. I'm definitely going to read, or I'm going to continue it.
Because you have the whole series.
Because, yes. But my husband also likes it too, so it's something that... It's hard to find a book that we both like. Sorry, you don't understand my struggles. Because Kyle doesn't read. No, I'm just kidding.
He reads, it's just... He's going to read...
What he wants to.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. Luckily, me and my husband kind of have similar tastes. I'm not going to say a lot. But there are only like a handful of books that we both really like. So when he really liked the first one, he's like, yeah, I'm going to read the second one. I'm like, okay, all in. Let's get them all. And he's like, you don't even know if we're going to like him. I'm like, you like it, that's all that matters, honey.
Yes.
Because we're going to read him. So, yes. Okay, so what did you think of the science score, since it was our science fiction one?
I'm going to give it a 1. And that's because there wasn't a lot of, like, science-y stuff in it. There was just kind of, like, this corporation that flattened the earth, basically.
Yes. No, I get it. I was on the same line. I did a 1.5, and I only did it because of the AI that's in it, because it is very heavily based in AI. So, and, you know, kind of science-y, maybe into the skills part, but it's not the most science-y thing I've read.
Yeah.
So, totally understandable.
It's very fantasy.
Yes.
But you're also in a dungeon, so...
Yes. Yeah. I mean, and I kind of like books where you don't have to think about the description all that much. Like, you know going in what a dungeon's kind of going to look like.
Yeah.
Like, here and there, I kind of like the safe rooms being, like, things from Earth.
Fast food places.
Random places, yeah. That just kind of are, like, tied into home. But I also don't know if it's, like, facetious. Because it's like, hey, this is from Earth. Do you miss Earth? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of, I feel like that dig is just like, hey, you might not ever get this again. So, you know, like, that's kind of how I take it. I don't know if it's supposed to be that way. But that's how I'm taking it.
Yeah.
But, it's okay. So, that was Dungeon Crawler Carl.
And that is our last for March.
For March. Yes. Now we're in April.
Even though it's April. That's okay.
Yes.
So, out of the books that we read,
Yes.
favorites, please, favorites.
Shoot, I always forget this one. Okay, so obviously Dungeon Crawler Carl, I told you it's a tongue twister, was my favorite of this month. So let's see here.
I don't even know what I gave Hollow, and it's not in my book yet.
Okay, you gave Hollow a 3.5. I gave, I'm not. Okay, you gave Hollow 4.5.
Okay, I think that one's probably my favorite of the month.
Okay.
Ratings wise.
Mine is definitely Carl, and then it's Sabriel. Then it's a Hollow, and then the Dead Take the A Train.
So I think mine was Hollow, then Sabriel and Carl have the same, but I'm going to say Carl, Sabriel. The Dead, all of them are 3.5 this month. Okay, the Dead Take the A Train.
You went well besides Hollow, and those tie for second. Loser place? I don't know.
My worst book was not one for the podcast last month, so.
Well, that's a plus, right?
Yeah.
We didn't read a total dud. We've read some duds. It's fine. You can't always win, okay? That's what I'm going with, at least. So, April's theme was ugly covers. So don't judge a book by its cover, which apparently we do a lot because we didn't have any ugly covers.
Yes. Also, last month was husband picks. How do you think they did?
They didn't do too bad.
Yeah. Well, Kyle just picked it off of a cover. He's like, this one looks cool, and you were talking about this one.
Both the ones that Skylar picked, he has read. So he wanted to kind of finally get me to read Sabriel. Love you, honey. And then Dungeon Crawler Carl is one I actually got for Skylar. And then he was talking about how cool it was. I'm like, okay, done, reading it. So they didn't do too bad. Kyle did pick both books with two authors, but it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know how he did that, but
but yeah, I would let him do it again. And that's
See,
scary.
Them to pick out another.
Maybe not this year.
Yeah. It's off the wheel this year.
Yes. Next year, we'll talk about it. Yeah. I'd be okay with that. But yeah, this year, Kyle already has it out for us, so I can't do it.
He's like, 1,000-page book, here you go.
And I was like, no, I can't do that. I could if we got 2 weeks. I suppose we could do larger books. They would just be 2.
Yeah.
In a month instead of 4. I can do that. We can manage that. We'll talk about that offline.
You do crossover books.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So this is our
sci-fi pick.
Sci-fi pick.
Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. This is the Great Illustrated Classic version. This is not the version we will be reading because this is abridged and for children.
But it also has an ugly cover. Okay. So this is the order we're reading them into, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So romance is Dark Lover by R.J. Ward. You could have done something better, okay?
I found a worse one than that.
The chest one?
No.
Oh. Oh. I tried to print out the ones that had the worst cover, so you gotta send me.
Our next one is Zombie by Joyce Carol Oates. And this will be a double episode with Dark Lover.
Yes, and that's our horror pick.
Yes.
This is our fantasy pick.
Yeah.
Is that loosely fantasy or?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of philosophy too. It's The Alchemist by Pablo Caleo. There's my bad pronunciation there for you. So that's our April pick. We will finish them all in April. Because we're going to double up on 2 of them, so.
Yes, and we have an extra episode.
Yes.
So do you want to spin the wheel tonight, or do you want to wait?
Oh, I don't care. We can. Are we ready for it?
I get it pulled up.
Okay. So yeah, we're just going to double up since we took a month off.
It's all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Spin the wheel what Maze?
Yeah.
Yeah, Maze will bring us. Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
Books about books.
Okay. So we'll have to reconvene next episode and see what ones we picked.
Yes.
For our May theme. So until then, see ya.
Bye.